Wyoming Territory. Winter, 1882 early morning. The wind shrieks like a lost spirit across the snow-blown plains. A black stallion rears inside a crude round pen, muscles trembling, breath steaming in the cold. 3 ranch hands lie on the frozen earth, groaning, bruised. One man lies motionless, neck bent the wrong way. The 4th hand, trembling, scrambles away. They called him Ghost Dancer. Said the devil rode him after sundown. For riders tried to break him. Only one didn't leave with broken bones. He left in a coffin. The stallion, black as sin, eyes wild with flame, slams into the fence again. Stagecoach stop. Near town of Dry Hollow Day. A stagecoach rattles in, wheels groaning over packed snow. A young woman steps down, mid-20s, pale from cold and grief. This is Eliza Worthington. Gloved hands clutch a faded photograph of a man in uniform. A silver locket hangs at her throat. Stagecoach driver. You sure this is your stop, ma'am? Eliza nods, lips tight. Eliza. Colton McCrae Ranch. He's expecting me. The driver looks away. A long pause. Stagecoach driver. Ma'am. Colt ain't the one sent for you. Eliza frowns. Int. Stable. Later that day. Eliza stands in the dusty light of the barn. An older man, Jed the foreman, tips his hat solemnly. Jed. You're intended. Hank McCrae was trampled 2 weeks back. Died same day the stallion broke loose. Eliza, quietly. I got his letter only a month ago. Said he built a room for me. Jed. Room's still there. But Hank ain't. The ranch belongs to his brother now. Colt McCrae. A heavy silence. Eliza. May I speak with him? J.E.D. Grimm. You can try. But I wouldn't expect much more than a grunt. Main house. Dining room sunset. Colt McCrae sits at the head of a table, boot propped on a chair, half-drunken sullen. Late 30s, with a jagged scar down one cheek, like claw marks. His eyes are gray, unreadable. Eliza stands in the doorway, trembling slightly. Eliza. Mr. McCrae. I'm Eliza Worthington. Hanks. Colt, interrupting. I know who you are. He gulps from a bottle. Colt. Suinteed. I didn't send for you. I didn't want a bride. And I sure as hell don't want charity from Boston wearin' perfume and lace. Eliza, steadying. I didn't come for your charity. Just a roof. A tense pause. Colt, gruff. You cook. Eliza. Yes. Colt. Then cook. But you sleep in the bunkhouse. That's all. Int. Bunkhouse, night. Eliza sits alone on a narrow cot. Wind whistles through the cracks. She pulls out the photo again. Hank's face smiling in sepia. She stares at it long and hard, then folds it away. Corral, next morning. Steam rises from a trough. Ranch hands shovel snow. Laughter echoes as they watch a young buck thrown clear off the stallion again. The stallion, Ghost Dancer, screams and stomps. Eliza, carrying a kettle of biscuits, stops dead. Her eyes lock on the animal. His eyes lock on hers. For a breathless moment, all sound fades. She steps forward. Ranch hand number 1. Whoa there, lady. That ain't a petting zoo. Ranch hand number 2. That horse'd eat you alive. Eliza doesn't answer. She sets the biscuits down, walks toward the fence. The stallion rears once, but doesn't bolt. She stands still, silent. A sudden gust rips her bonnet off. Her hair, auburn and braided, whips in the wind. The horse snorts, but doesn't run. Int. Kitchen, later that day. Colt slams a ledger shut. Colt. We're losin'. Too much hay to feed a monster no one can ride. I'm sellin' him. Eliza, firmly. You can't. Colt turns sharply. Colt. He killed a man. Eliza. He's not vicious. He's scared. Colt, coldly. What would you know about horses? Eliza, softly. My father raised Morgans. He said some horses are like people. You don't break them. You earn them. Colt. You think you're gonna earn that? He gestures toward the window. Ghost Dancer bucks At the far fence line, wild. Eliza, quiet. Maybe he don't need breaking. Maybe he needs listening. Colt stares, then scoffs. Colt, you got 3 days. Then he's gone. EXT corral, dusk. Eliza approaches the stallion. Snow drifts down. Ranch hands watch from the porch, snickering. She doesn't speak. She hums. A soft, slow tune. A lullaby. The horse shifts. Ears twitch forward. She hums again. Louder. Ghost dancer lowers his head a little. Ranch hand number 1. Well, I'll be. Ranch hand number 2. That beast listens to her. Bunkhouse, night. Eliza lies awake. The wind howls. She clutches the locket. Inside, a tiny sketch of a baby. The child she lost. Her eyes glisten, but no tears fall. Outside, in the moonlight, ghost dancer stares at her window. Corral, next morning. Eliza stands by the fence, humming again. This time she brings a piece of apple. Ghost dancer doesn't bolt. He steps, just once, toward her hand. She smiles, breath catching. Behind her, Colt watches from the barn, jaw clenched. She came west for a man, but found a ghost in black hide, and a war she never meant to fight. And maybe, just maybe, something worth saving. Ranch. Puridon. The ranch is still asleep, but Eliza is already at the corral. Frost clings to the rails. The stallion, ghost dancer, paces like a shadow with too much memory. Narrator VO. They said no cowboy could break that horse. But maybe it wasn't a cowboy he needed. Montage. Eliza sitting by the fence, humming her lullaby, her breath fogging in the cold air. Ghost dancer watching her, ears twitching, muscles taut. But he doesn't bolt. She walks a little closer each day. No rope, no saddle, just her voice. Cowboys scoff from a distance. Damn fool woman'll get herself killed. One doesn't laugh. A weathered Lakota stableman, red tree, leans against the barn, eyes sharp. Stable, night. Eliza tends to a burn on her hand. Red tree walks over, silent as snow. He holds out a necklace. Horsehair braided with feathers, smoothed by age. Red tree. My mother made this. For a colt that lost its herd. Eliza takes it gently. Red tree, so indeed. Keep humming. That's the song we used to sing to the war horses, to calm them before battle. He walks off. She clutches the necklace, something ancient in her hand. EXT. Wide prairie next day. Snow begins to fall. Gray sky, wind rising. Eliza stands inside the corral. She extends a flat hand. Ghost dancer doesn't run. His nostrils flare. He snorts, and then takes one step toward her. The cowboys fall silent. Ranch hand number 1 whispers. He's listening to her. Bunkhouse, night. Wind batters the windows. The fire crackles. Red tree sits beside it, humming Eliza's lullaby, slow, mournful. Colt watches from a dark corner. Colt, to himself. Grief horse, carries too many ghosts. Prairie, blizzard night. The wind howls. Snow blurs the world. A ranch hand bangs open the bunkhouse door. Ranch hand number 2. Stallion busted out the fence. Eliza grabs a shawl and bolts into the storm. Woods. Frozen creek. Eliza stumbles barefoot through snow. Her feet bleed. She follows, hoof prints. Through the white blur. Ghost dancer, limping, cornered near the creek. His flank cut, surrounded by wolves. Eliza softly. You're not alone anymore. She steps forward, barefoot in the snow, unblinking. The wolves snarl. Ghost dancer snorts, wild-eyed. Eliza hums. The wolves hesitate. She stretches out her hand. The horse lowers his head, steps toward her. The wildest things don't want to be tamed. Just seen. She climbs onto his back. Ranch, hours later, morning. Snow still falls. Eliza rides in on Ghost Dancer, bareback, blood on her feet, hair tangled with ice. The cowboys stare, mouths open. Colt stands frozen on the porch. Ghost Dancer stops in front of him, snorts. Powerful. Still wild. But not alone. Stable evening. Eliza tends to the stallion's injured leg. Colt walks in. Hesitates. Then kneels beside her. Colt. You name him yet? Eliza. Ashoka. Lakota word Red Tree taught me. Means one who survives the fire. Colt watches her closely. Colt. You speak Lakota? Eliza. No. But sometimes the heart understands what the mouth can't. She smiles faintly. Colt nods, something unspoken passing between them. Kitchen night. Eliza and Colt sit by the stove. A candle burns between them. They drink coffee. Eliza. I was 5 months along when the telegram came. My husband, cannon fire near Antietam. They couldn't even find his body. Then the baby came early and didn't stay. Colt shifts uncomfortably. Colt. My brother. The man you came here to marry. He died trying to rope that horse. I told him not to. He wouldn't listen. Eliza nods. Eliza. Then maybe the horse carries both our ghosts. Silence. Gentle. Real. Ranch. 2 days later. A gang of 5 riders approaches. Dust rises behind them. They wear rustler colors, scruffy armed, mean-eyed. Their leader, Birch Raleigh, points at Ashoka grazing in the pasture. Birch. That's our horse. Escaped off Raleigh land 6 months back. Colt. You got papers? Birch. We got guns. That work. They laugh. Colt steps forward. Colt. Come back here with papers, a judge, and a preacher if you want. But don't come back with just guns. Birch, grinning. We'll be back at sundown tomorrow. You best decide how dead you want to be. They ride off. Barn night. Colt sharpens his knife. Eliza sits nearby, braiding her hair. Eliza. You going to let me help? Colt. They're coming with rifles. Eliza. And I've got a stallion with fire in his veins. And you. That might be enough. She walks over, ties the horsehair necklace around Ashoka's neck. Eliza softly. You were never born to run. You were born to charge. Ashoka nickers. EXT, ranch, dawn before the showdown. Red Tree walks toward them, offers Colt a weathered quiver of arrows and a handmade bow. Red Tree. Used to be your brother, could shoot better than he could rope. Colt. Let's hope that runs in the family. They prepare together, Eliza, Colt, and Red Tree, against the rising sun. When the West came with its claws, it didn't find a cowboy. It found a woman and a ghost horse, and a fire that wouldn't burn out at McCrae Ranch. Piaridon. A copper haze crawls over the frozen plains. The wind is quiet, too quiet. Eliza steps out of the bunkhouse, shawl wrapped tight. Her eyes lock on the distant rise, where 4 riders appear like dark ghosts. The rustlers. Int. Main house. Same time. Colt McCrae loads his rifle with trembling hands. His shirt is stained with old blood, and his shoulder still wrapped. The other ranch hands line up beside him. Pistols, shotguns, nerves. Colt. Quiet, to Eliza. You get inside. Lock the doors. Eliza. Shakes her head. I didn't run when I was hungry. I'm not running now. EXT. Fence line minutes later. The rustlers dismount, rifles drawn. Their leader, a grizzled brute named Harv, spits into the snow. Harv. We come for the horse, not your people. Hand him over, or dig your graves. Colt steps forward. His voice is low. Steady. Colt. You brought guns to take a soul that ain't yours. You're not getting past this fence. Harv grins. Harv. Then we'll bury you with it. Gunfire erupts. Snow explodes in clouds. Bullets tear through wood, metal, and skin. Eliza ducks behind the water trough. Colt fires back, hits one man in the leg. But another bullet finds Colt's ribs. He drops with a cry. Eliza. Screaming. Colt. Int. Stable. Same moment. Ashoka, the black stallion, kicks against the wooden gate. He senses it all, the blood, the chaos, the woman's pain. The latch breaks. Rank yard, continuous. Ashoka rears, wild and furious. The men turn at the sight. Snow flies off his hooves like smoke. Eliza runs to him, breathless. Eliza, take me, Ashoka, please. She leaps onto his bareback. He bolts. Frontier plains, sunrise. Ashoka gallops like fire over the white earth. Mane streaming. Eliza clings to him. Wind howling. Face streaked with blood and dirt. The rustlers give chase. One by one they fire at her. But Ashoka is too fast, too wild, too free. They enter the canyon, a narrow cut through red stone and pine. Eliza leans low, whispering in Lakota, Eliza, trust me now, just a little further. She turns sharply down a side trail. A trap. Gulch. Seconds later. Red Tree stands on the ridge above, torch in hand. At his feet, a fuse made of pitch and dried grass. Other ranchers stand ready. Eliza rides through, then signals with her hand. Red Tree. Softly in Lakota. Let the fire dance. The gulch ignites in a wall of flame. The rustlers skid to a stop, panicked. Horses rear. Rocks tumble down from both sides, blocking escape. Trapped. A final gun cracks, and silence returns to the canyon. McCrae Ranch later. Eliza returns, blood on her cheek, ash on her coat. She dismounts slowly. The ranch hands part for her, like a queen through a sea of peasants. She kneels beside Colt, still alive, barely. He opens his eyes, seeing only her. Colt, weakly, You didn't run? Eliza, I rode. She holds his hand as he winces through a smile. Colt, you rode him. She nods. Eliza, we both needed to. Fade to. Ranch fence. Weeks later. The snow is melting now. Green peeks through the frost. The fence is rebuilt, strong and new. Colt stands with Eliza by his side. He hands her a folded paper, the deed to half the ranch. Eliza, you sure? Colt, woman who rides a ghost horse and beats 4 rustlers? She don't need to ask permission. She laughs, for real this time. Not from nerves, not from fear, from strength. Stable, last image. Ashoka stands calmly under a cottonwood. Eliza braids feathers and beads into his mane. A sign hangs above the barn, newly carved. Ashoka Ranch, for the broken who still stand. Red Tree stands nearby, humming that same old Lakota lullaby. The prairie wind picks up and carries it away into the horizon. Out here on the edge of the world, the wild don't break easy, and neither do the hearts that ride with it. If this tale stirred something in you, hit that like button. Share it with someone who's ever whispered hope into a storm. Have you ever found strength when the world said you couldn't? Tell us in the comments. We read every one. And don't forget to subscribe for more true stories from the heart of the frontier. Until next time, keep your reins steady and your courage wild.